Hi everyone, welcome back to the We channel where we talk about how you can create your life deliberately and consciously as opposed to letting life happen to you. So the video I want to talk about is something that just is so, it sounds silly. It's like, why are we doing a video on this, But it's really important because music is so powerful. Music, art, a beautiful program on TV can move you. We've often watched movies that bring us to tears. We try to wipe our tears away while we're watching this movie we don't want anyone else to see, or in the theater. Not that people go to theaters anymore with Corona and stuff, but So music is an instant link to our deep center, and it's also the awesome center for inspiration and creativity and that higher aspect of ourselves. So all these videos that I'm doing is about us learning to self-regulate. You've got to regulate yourself. No one is going to come rescue you. No one is doing that for you. You need to fix yourself. We need to fix ourselves. We need to make ourselves better for other people around us and move to that place constantly. And even if you don't want to move to that place, your entire being, your entire greater self is going to move you to that place, right? So what I did was, when I hear sad songs, I have this technique where I actually say to my subconscious mind, and remember, in all my videos, I'm also trying to get you guys to start dialoguing and start talking to your subconscious mind, because that really runs 95% of your life. Whatever you see around you, it's derived from the subconscious, because the world arises around you from within out, not out in. It's the other way around. So until you get a real clear handle on your inner world, you're not going to be able to control your outer world. Okay, so you want to self-regulate. So I've directed my subconscious to, when that song comes up that reminds me of a person, place, or thing that meant something in my life, that brought out sadness. So I would say, subconscious, please change that track to a happy song, And if you notice, there's not many songs on happiness. A lot of songs on a broken heart or loss or grief of some kind. We tend to romanticize it in our poetry, in our music, in our arts, in our theater, in our scripts, our plays, and in TV, So we tend to glorify pain. So you want to move away from that dynamic, because you've been desensitized to think that pain, continuous perpetual pain, is normal, and it's not. So you're living in a constant state of stress that dictates that feeling this way is normal. So sometimes, you'll be sitting, people have shared with me as well, they're sitting somewhere, or they're sitting in church or something, or in a restaurant, and they hear the song on the speaker, or they're walking into a mall, or on the radio, in the car, on TV, in their lounge, and they were fine, and they hear that piece of music, and instantly their mood drops. Instantly they get taken to that place of trauma and pain and hurt, because it reminds me of something that happened, or triggers or loss of some kind, So you want to self-regulate. So you want to attach a new meaning to that song. So when you have a quiet moment, you want to sit quietly with that song and with the words, and you're going to actually attach a new meaning to that. So you can visualize in the first person, using your imagination, that you're happy when you're hearing the song. It's no longer taking you back to that circumstance, person, place, or thing. Whatever meaning it had in your old self, you're now attaching a new self, new reality, new meanings to all these things in your life. You want to just give yourself that breathing space. And if that doesn't work, don't worry, just keep at it. So you no longer freak out or burst into tears or get overwhelmed, or you can't move, or you feel frozen and you can't move, and you feel devastated when that song comes up, So just slowly start attaching new meanings. Like, think of your pet when you're thinking of that song. Think of, if you have a good relationship with somebody, your child perhaps, think of your child when you're hearing that song. Or put that song on when you're happy. Nothing to do with the past. You're just sitting, maybe you're playing the piano or the guitar, or you're just sitting on your own, or you're laughing, or you watching a stand-up comedy. So that's the other thing I do. I like stand-up comedy, so I will actually put that on, and I'll try to get a few laughs in, you know. So put the song on then, and so you're slowly moving to a new meaning towards that song. Now remember, when you're feeling down, don't try to fix yourself when you're feeling down. It's like a snowball effect, you know. When it's a massive snowball, you can't stop that momentum. So you got to ride that wave. You got to ride it out to the end, you know. Cry if you have to, break down. But when you have that gap, get out of it and self-regulate. And the first gap you have, milk it. Maybe you want to take a bath and enjoy taking a bath. Maybe you want to like take a walk and just feel that breath filling up your lungs, you know. Give yourself that space to think a new thought, to feel a new feeling, and to move towards this better version of yourself, okay? And things will get better. Don't worry, it will get better. You just have to give yourself time. Don't try to compete with other people. Don't try to compete with your past. Don't try to, you know, give in too much to your addictions. Just slowly move off excessive use of social media, excessive use of complaining, bitching, moaning. You want to move towards that better version of yourself all the time, you know. Excessive sadness as well, that can debilitate you, you know. So watch for the triggers of sadness and attach new meanings to it, because you have the power. You don't have to sit in that old self, in that old definition, and that old framework. You're demolishing that, throwing it away, and restarting a new life, new framework, new neural tracks, new subliminal programming. And it's not an overnight process. It's going to be repetition. Data, new input, repetition, new input, repetition. And you're going to adjust this messed up programming that we thought was normal, okay? And we're going to go for that life where we're feeling happy, secure, safe, peaceful, creative, fulfilled, clear, focused. I'm not getting it right all the time, but overall it's slowly starting to shift, you know. I'm slowly starting to think a different thing. The meanings I had to things in very subtle ways are changing. I mean, I'm correcting myself. As I'm thinking something, I'm correcting myself. It's unbelievable, you know. So give yourself that space, because those little things are really massive. So don't always just go for the big things, you know. You want to do this and live this lifestyle and be the superstar and live on a yacht and blah blah. Those things are going to come, you know, and you may not even want those things anymore when you start getting to know yourself. So it's these little subtle things that are the huge steps, giant steps, quantum steps that count and are going to take you there, okay? So there's just another tip. Try it out. As in all these videos, stop watching the video. Whatever technique you come across, shut everything down and give that technique a try. Stop learning and accumulating too much knowledge. Application becomes wisdom, okay? So you've got to try it for yourself and test it out. If it doesn't work, chuck it out. Move to the next technique, but give it a bash, okay? Lots of love. Bye.